I slept on this band for years after that one huge single that they had out. And when I actually went back and listened to the entire record, I realized how much I actually missed. This is Kongos Lunatic. Let's talk about it. So Kongos are four brothers. You've got Johnny and Jesse, Daniel, and Dylan Kongos. And they're one of those bands that's surprisingly difficult to put into any single genre. Genre slippery, if you will. There's alternative rock and blues in here, but also electronic music, huge percussion, South African influences, and one instrument you don't really hear that much in modern rock songs, the accordion, and they pull it off. And that eclectic sound makes a little more sense when you know their background. The brothers spent part of their childhood in South Africa, and their father, John Kongos, a South African musician who had several hits in the early 70s. One of those was He's Gonna Step on You Again, which Guinness actually credited as the first song to use a sample, specifically a loop of African drumming. So these guys basically grew up surrounded by music. So Lunatic wasn't some major label project engineered around one hit single. Kongos originally released the album independently in 2012. And then Come With You Now started gaining traction, first in South Africa and eventually in the United States. And suddenly this independent record had a massive alternative rock hit. Epic Records signed the band and re-released Lunatic in 2014. And Come With Me Now became the song most people associate with the Kongos. That's how I heard of them. That was my gateway song. And that's actually why I slept on them. I knew that song, I liked that song, but for whatever reason, I never bothered to find out what the rest of the album sounded like. There's a lot of bands I do like that. And that's a shame because there's a lot more going on here. It's weird, rhythmic, bluesy, melodic, occasionally atmospheric, and the four brothers each bring different musical influences into the band. If you remember Come With Me Now from the 2010s and never actually listened to Kongos beyond that song, Lunatic is absolutely worth going back to. I want to know from you. Tell me in the comments, what bands did you only hear one track from and slept on the rest of the album? And later on, did a deep dive to find out you should have been listening to them the whole time. So my name is Jason. I make vinyl record and music content semi-daily if that's your vibe. Give me a like, give me a follow, and I will see you in the comments and on the flip side.